Welcome to Ford High School Weekly. I'm your host, Deanna Mate. On this edition, we'll be talking to Brennan Presley, the wide receiver for the Bixby Spartans. Well, formerly from the Bixby Spartans. Now graduating, he's going to go off to Stillwater and go run some things over there with the OSU Cowboys. This year, Brennan Presley was the Gatorade Player of the Year for the state of Oklahoma in football. And I'm telling you guys, I've been watching this kid since he was a freshman in high school. He's the real deal. Let's hear what Brennan Presley has to say. All right, guys, welcome. We're talking to Brennan Presley, future Oklahoma State Cowboy and former Bixby Spartan wide receiver. Honestly, I can say it all: wide receiver, running back, cornerback, running back, wide receiver. I mean, as much as he touches the ball, you can say it twice. Brennan, thanks for joining us today.
No problem. Glad to be here.
So what we like to do, first of all, is we like to get the viewers a chance to get to know you a little bit. So we're going to start off by asking you a couple of questions. I'm going to give you two options, and you tell us which one do you prefer. Going to be many different categories, so just bear with me here, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I snooped around your Instagram a little bit, looking at you on Twitter. So I noticed that you are a track guy. And with everything going on, I'm pretty sure you didn't get a chance to run this year. But as far as competitors, who do you choose out of the two, Usain Bolt or Michael Johnson?
I go with Usain Bolt.
Tell me why.
I just love his confidence and the way he approaches things. I mean, he has a special on Netflix, and I watched that. And so, my appreciation for him just, went up because he just talked about, how hard he worked, even though he hated it. So my appreciation for him is sky high.
I figured you'd say Usain Bolt. I mean, Michael Johnson's a little bit before your times. I mean,
I watch him too, but Usain Bolt.
I don't know. Back when I was running summer track, I mean, the gold cleats. If you were the man, if you had those Michael Johnson golden cleats. Next question. I just mentioned I've seen you on social media quite a bit. What do you prefer to use as far as your platform? Instagram, Twitter, or Snapchat?
Probably Snapchat. That's what I use the most. And just because Instagram, you put a bunch of pictures out, or Instagram is really for a picture for a certain time, so you only put one out every couple months. I mean, Twitter, bunch of people on Twitter, they say a bunch of stuff. A bunch of people can say back to you. Snapchat is basically you just being you. And you can block people from saying stuff to you and all the other stuff. It's just more personal stuff that you can get into.
Yeah, I feel you on that. But I mean, with the new invention of the stories on Instagram, I don't know, man. Sometimes I feel like Instagram has kind of got the edge over Snapchat.
Snapchat came with it at first, so Instagram is kind of little. They're trying to copy or something like that. I don't know.
I mean, if you can't beat them, you might as well steal their stuff, huh? Next, movie categories. I chose two movies, and you go ahead and pick which one you prefer. All right, the Fast and the Furious series or Marvel's The Avengers?
Marvel's The Avengers.
Oh, you had that answer really quick. Tell me why you chose that one.
I just love I love the Avengers movies in general, but then I love the breakoffs when it goes to the Black Widow is supposed to be coming out. So I just love watching them and following the story the whole time. But the Hulk, I forgot the Hulk, Iron Man, Black Panther, Captain America, all of them, just their individual movies are great. Plus, when they get into the Avengers, is even better. So I just love it.
All right, 3-on-3 competition. You can only choose one of the Marvel characters. Who you choosing? Choose three of your favorite Marvel characters.
So me plus two other, or three?
Nah, three. And you can go ahead, and since you got superpowers, I've seen you on the field, you can go ahead and go up against some evil evil people with them.
If I had to choose three, not including me or including me?
Not including you.
Iron Man, Hulk, and is this basketball?
Anything, man.
Okay, Iron Man, Hulk, Iron Man, Hulk, and this is and I don't know, not Captain America. Give me Captain America.
Really? Dang, Captain America with the upset. I thought for sure you were going to go with the Black Panther on that one.
Well, no, because Iron Man and Captain America kind of. Iron Man and Black Panther kind of the same people.
Yeah.
And like if it's 3-on-3, like Captain America got that leadership, so like nothing really through anything. And then Hulk is just the dominator.
So you think he's going to bring the team together?
He's bringing the team together.
I feel you. All right, let's go ahead and talk about some music. I kind of, with the way you carry yourself, I kind of figured you were kind of a conscious rapper type of a guy. So I picked these two guys, Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole.
Yeah, J. Cole.
J. Cole?
Yes, sir.
Why so? Why J. Cole over Kendrick Lamar? Or is there another rapper that you prefer?
I know J. Cole. He raps about actual stuff. And he doesn't just like say whatever and everything. Most rappers just say whatever just to like put hits on and stuff like that. He speaks about like actual stuff and his vibe, like you can like vibe to it and understand it at the same time.
I feel you. All right, last question on the icebreaker round. As far as the days like this, you're just going out. You don't have to play a sport. I'm just talking about a regular day. Which kind of weather would you prefer? 102-degree temperature or 32 degrees temperature? Which one are you choosing?
102.
Why is that?
I don't like the cold.
Not at all?
I can deal with it. I just don't like it. I'd rather be hot.
Check out more from my conversation with Brennan Presley at YurView.com/OK. When we come back, we'll talk to Brennan about how he actually started playing football. And we'll talk about the fantastic way he ended his Bixby Spartan career. Ford High School Weekly will be right back. Welcome back to Ford High School Weekly. We're talking to Brennan Presley from the Bixby Spartans. A lot of things have been said about your athleticism and what you can do. And my question to you is football. Why? Why do you play the game and how did you get started playing?
I got started in, I think, kindergarten, and it was, I think my mom took me down to play because my dad wouldn't let me, and I ran track before that, so like all I really did was just get the ball and like run, but then like I got better at it, I guess. I don't know how you do that when you're young. But I got better at it and just developed a love for it.
So you're just wait, tell me, hold on, wait a minute. You said your dad wouldn't let you play and your mom went ahead and took you to the tryouts and was the one that really was behind you as far as playing at a young age?
Yeah, my dad wanted to keep us safe. My
Yeah.
mom was just like, go ahead, let him play.
Kindergarten, that's pretty much a young age. Were you playing flag or was it tackle football at that age?
Well, I played up, but like my first year was actually kind of like really just like learning to like play the game and just like be around it. And my second year is I actually play with my actual grade, which had been first grade.
Correct me if I'm wrong, all right? I think we were there for Brennan Presley's first varsity game. I remember Cox was there. I was there covering it on radio. And again, correct me if I'm wrong. First time Brennan Presley touches the ball on varsity for the Bixby Spartans, he takes it to the house.
Yes, sir.
Tell me a little bit about that, especially about that. It's something I've always wanted to ask you about. Your experience as a freshman being on varsity, opening kickoff, they kick it to you, and you take it for a touchdown. What was the feeling behind that?
Excitement because they moved. I got there and I played, I think, 2 freshman games, and then like Coach Montgomery came in that week after they lost to Muskogee, and he was like, "Hey, we're gonna move you up," and I was excited, but he was like, "Okay, you're gonna do special teams this week," and then like they slowly worked me into the offense, but special teams was getting up there and catching punts and kickoff return. So I was just like, okay, I'm just happy to be up here. So my friend Clayton Barber, who's on the other side of me, he had returned one against, I think, Westmore the week before. So when we get back there, he's like, bro, I think it was even in the tunnel. He was like, bro, they're not going to kick it to me because I've already returned one. So he was like, they're going to kick it to you because they have no one else to, like, kick it to. I mean, he was like, he can't kick it into the end zone. So he's like, it's coming to you. So from that point, I was just ready to catch the ball. And as soon as, like, I have no idea. I caught the ball, and then, like, I was in the end zone. And that's all I remember. Like, I don't remember anything else about the play.
I remember talking to your head coach before the game because, believe this or not, your name wasn't even on the roster.
Got a freshman back there, Brennan Presley.
Presley, he is an exciting player, freshman number 8. He's going to see a lot of special teams, but very, very talented as you see him. Very patient running the football, and look at him right there, the freshman. Look at him going to take one back, looks like.
He's trying.
Presley turning the corner. Going to be a touchdown, and how about the freshman? Brennan Presley just transferred into school, outstanding player, very talented as a freshman.
Grand opening, grand closing, as one of my favorite poets used to say. You started off your career at Bixby with a spectacular touchdown, first game, first play, and you end your career at Bixby with another count them 1, 2, 3 state championships and a pretty spectacular performance for you as well. What was that? All total, all purpose, 308 yards throughout that whole game?
I don't know if it was 308. It may have been a little bit less than that.
You sure about that? Because so the 2 kickoff returns, 1 for a touchdown, and then the other one was for pretty good yards, and they totaled that with 136 yards. Then they said you had rushed the ball 9 times for 53, and I'm pretty sure you had a bunch of catches in there. So, what am I missing?
I just know I had 16 catches for 117, and I knew the kickoff return was 98, 99, whatever they want to put it at. I forgot about the other kickoff return I had, and I forgot about all the carries I had. So it may have been 308, but that just sounds like a lot.
So how did you feel to accomplish the goal as a team of getting another state championship, especially on your senior year?
I mean, we all felt really good about it. Like going into the game, we all felt like Stillwater is a great team. So we saw them the year before. We saw them in 7-on-7. So we knew they were going to come with a fight. But I mean, our goal, we were the first undefeated team up to that point. I mean, every other team had lost either like 1 game or something like that. So it was the goal to become the first undefeated team in Bixby school history, which is kind of hard to believe when you think about, the success that we've had. And it was a pride thing too. So we wanted to be the best team ever to play, or at least we wanted everyone to say, hey, that's the best team ever to play at Bixby. So it was a pride thing to just go out there and not even worry about what the other team was doing. Because when we got down, it's kind of hard to. It's kind of easy to just say, "Hey, we're gonna lose," and they're a good team, they're beating us, so it's kind of easy to say, just give up from that point. But we just dug down deep inside because we knew what we wanted, and it wasn't about what anyone else did. It was about what we did. So once we fixed ourselves, then everything was okay.
Yeah, it was an impressive come from behind win. I think the final score was 40-36. High scoring, but close all the way through. How did it feel to have, I guess, your new coach, that being Coach Gundy, rooting against you in that game?
I didn't even think about that. I totally forgot about it until I saw him after the game. He said good game and stuff like that. And I totally forgot about him.
Up next, we'll talk to Brennan Presley about how he turned team success into individual postseason awards, including the Gatorade Player of the Year. Check out Ford Game of the Week Classics Tuesdays and Friday nights at 8 p.m. on YurView Channel 3. And go to yourview.com/OK for more complete interviews and local high school sports coverage. Welcome back to Forward High School Weekly. We're talking to former Bixby Spartan, Brennan Presley. As far as everything coming to an end with Bixby and your high school career, I mean, what are you most proud about as far as what you've accomplished throughout your time in Oklahoma high school football and your athletic career as a whole?
I would say like the 3 state championships. I mean, not a lot of, and probably going to 4 state championships, like winning 3 and going to 4, because not a lot of people get to experience 4 state championships, and not a lot of people get to experience 1. So let alone go to a championship every single year and be able to win 3 out of the 4. I think that's just really a blessing that most people don't really get to. So like every time we got to the playoffs or every time we got to the state championship, I always, cherished it, never took it for granted, because I know a lot of people don't really get to this point. And even when we won it, I was even more thankful, because I know a lot of people don't get a chance to just win like that. So, I mean, that just goes to the testament of how hard we work and just the dedication that we have during the whole season. That I think that's the thing I'm most proud of during high school.
So, I mean, being named Gatorade Player of the Year for the state of Oklahoma, recently being named the Max Prep Male Athlete of the Year for all sports. I mean, were those some of the goals that you set for yourself before the year started? And how did you feel achieving those goals?
Before the year started, my main thing was to just go out there and play my game. My goal, honestly, was to just have a better season than my junior year, because I feel like I had a pretty good year my junior year. So I told myself, if I can have a better year than my junior year, then I'd be okay. So I ended up doing that, and the awards just those were not like I never really set myself out to like try to achieve a certain like award or anything like that, because sometimes when you do that and like say you have a bad couple of weeks or something like that, like I missed homecoming week and because of an injury, and then there's another week where I got hurt and I had to miss half the game. So sometimes if you set goals for like awards or something like that and stuff like that happens, you kind of press and you like lose sight of what the goal really is, which is to win a state championship. So like not setting individual goals helped me like be more, with the team and help not really focus on myself, but how the team did.
After the break, we'll talk to Brennan Presley about how he's been impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Check out YurView.com/OK for more Oklahoma high school sports content. You're watching Ford High School Weekly. Welcome back to Ford High School Weekly. We're talking to the future OSU Cowboy himself, Brennan Presley. So with this recent pandemic that's come across, we mentioned your track career being cut short because of not being able to play and perform at that level for your senior year. I don't even know if you were going to do track this year. Was that a possibility?
Yes, sir. I was going to do track.
Yeah. And so with the pandemic hitting and you having to, miss track and the last part of your school year, I mean, how has that been?
It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad at first, but yeah, it was sad. Yeah, it was sad. It was sad not getting to run my last year, especially with the people there. Jordan Reagan, the other OSU commit. It was sad not getting to run with them and share that experience one last time. Because I mean, even though people, don't like track, it's good to compete and it's fun to go to track meets out there with your friends and just hang out and have a good time. But also being out there competing with each other and against other people that and are friends with too. So it was sad, but it's fun to do those. It was fun to do those things.
Yeah, everybody loves the track meets. Everybody can't stand the track practices. That's the big thing.
Yes, sir.
So with everything being said, I mean, how has the training process been as far as getting ready for what's next for you?
It's just doing whatever I can to stay in shape. I mean, any place I can lift, I'll go there and lift. Just getting out and doing some running routes with even some juniors about to be seniors at Bixby, just teaching them some things and working out with them, since those are the people that I came up with, and just getting out there and staying active, just trying to do something, if it's anything, just try not to stay, in the house too much and just try not to be complacent, just get out and do something.
So with you missing your graduation, I mean, how did that feel as far as like this is the first time I've gotten to ask an athlete about that since it's the ruling, everything came down. I mean, how was that not being able to celebrate with your family and walk across the stage?
I mean, it's definitely sad. It's definitely sad not being able to get to do everything else, after senior year. But I mean, like, it was sad for it first, but as this stuff goes on, you kind of get used to it, which is kind of sad because now you're normalizing something that doesn't normally happen. So that sucks for that part. But I mean, now at this point, it's just I'm ready to do what I set out to do and go up there at OSU and compete.
Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, it's sad that you don't get to have a high school graduation, but that means that you can look forward to your college graduation even more.
Yes, sir.
Well, Brennan, first of all, I want to say this is something that I've always wanted to do with you, sit down and talk with you and ask you these questions. Been watching you since you were a freshman in high school, and I'm grateful that I get to watch you as you go into your career and play college football, Division I college football for the Oklahoma State Cowboys. So thank you for joining us here today, and good luck in the future, man.
No problem. Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
I think Brennan Presley is headed into a bright future at Oklahoma State, and I think he's going to do some real damage over there in the Big 12. I appreciate him for coming on and letting us talk with him. Hey, we'd love to see your workouts as you prepare for the next season. Send them to me at _28. We're interested in all sports, so tell your friends and send them my way. We know you're working hard, so let's see it. Go to YurView.com/OK for complete interviews and more high school sports content. I'm Deanna Mate, and thank you for watching Forward High School Weekly. Until next time.